We're on.
Yay. This is where I forgot to actually mute the stream. Just hearing myself speak now.
So, I see two people.
So is one of them me? I have it open on the other,
Okay.
Screen just so I can check that it's working.
On my end, I see like right here, I see like a little eyeball icon, and I see two. And I saw two. I'm like, two people. Yes.
Should be good.
I get excited. I get very excited very easily, as you can tell.
Well, like, it's really nice when people actually want to come and read with you and just chat with you and stuff. I think it's really nice. I'm honestly surprised anytime I do any sort of live that anybody shows up at all, because, you know, it's just nice.
Yeah. Hello to the one other person.
Yes, hello. Hi. Definitely just smacked my tablet into my table and did not damage it, luckily. Yeah, it's very good, because that would make reading the book I'm about to read today very awkward.
Could be so much worse, though.
Yeah. Yes, I could have done any sort of accidental smashing. And to be fair, I was on the phone earlier and I'd done something and it was connected to the charging wire, and then I just accidentally threw it across the room. I'm just really clumsy. So, like, at least I didn't do that.
I'm clumsy enough to sprain both my ankles.
Oh no, that's not a good time. No, how did you do that?
I was wearing flip-flops while walking down the stairs.
Oh, flip-flops are a danger shoe anyway, aren't they, really?
Yeah.
It's just not a fun time. Yeah. So what are you planning to read for this sprint?
I am planning on reading Dear John.
Nice. I think I'm going to go for the Kiss Quotient and see if we can reach a smutty part so that I can comment on that. And see if it's okay or not okay in my book.
Yeah, sorry about that. One of the, because there's the college I'm going to is having is filming a podcast episode.
Oh, okay.
And I'm obviously kind of busy, so I made sure I gave them like a heads up that I'm not going to be able to make an appearance. So yeah, like yesterday.
Yeah. Was there a lot of people doing it? Or?
No, it's mainly like the student senate at the college that I'm going to. So. Hello. Feel free to comment below what book you're going to read.
Yeah, I am interested to see what people are reading for this readathon, because I always want more recommendations.
Yeah, same here. I'm always down for some recommendations as well.
Yeah, I didn't realize until I filmed my TBR video and started editing it that all of the autistic authors that I picked for this readathon, they're all women. And I didn't realize that all of the main characters in these fiction books are all women as well. And I was like, wait, I didn't do this on purpose. I just picked them. And I mean, I'm not mad about it because I like that viewpoint. Obviously, I relate to that viewpoint. But I was like, oh, didn't act, just happened. Just happened. Oh yes. It's fine. This is one of those times when Goodreads has decided to log me out of Goodreads, and I need Goodreads because that's where I'm logging all of the books that I may or may not have read.
Hi, Kiara. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but hi. I started reading that as an audiobook a little bit, but I had to return it to my library.
What's it about?
Get a Life, Chloe Brown. I think this person's reading.
Right. Okay. I really enjoyed that book.
I
liked it a lot.
I heard the third one has autism representation.
Yeah, that is. I'm very excited to get to that one. I haven't read the second one yet, but I'm interested in reading it. I really liked. I just really liked how disability was portrayed in that series, and how it was like, yes, sometimes you just can't do stuff. That's, sometimes you can't, and I'm good with that. I feel that a lot.
Yeah.
Gotta take it easy sometimes.
Yeah. If I mispronounced your name at all, I apologize. I always apologize like the most minor of things, but in case I did, I apologize. But yeah, I never know when to pronounce people's names right. But yeah,
people's names are so hard. It's easy enough when we've got names like ours that are pretty, I want to say, common to pronounce, but like I hate pronouncing people's names wrong because it just makes me feel so bad because I just like I don't want to pronounce it wrong.
That makes sense.
See, that's not how I would have pronounced that based on the spelling, but that's a me problem. Yeah, I'm bad. I was looking up one of the authors for one of the books I'm reading for this readathon, and I think it was Corinne Dalvis, and she's from the Netherlands. And I was like, how do I pronounce his name? Luckily, on the website, it said that it was like the first part, which is D-U-Y, is actually pronounced like the ow sound in house or something like that. And I was like, wow, okay. I never would have guessed that.
Yeah, when you brought that up in your TBR video, I was like, oh crap, yeah, I have to read that too.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it sounds so good. I really, when I heard the plot for that one, I was like, oh, I really want to see how this is done, to see if, I hope it's done well. I hope all of these books are done well and leave me with positive feelings towards the representation in them. Like, it's good that they're own voices, because like that just makes me feel better just in general, because I'm like, well, at least you experienced it. Yeah.
That was my older brother. Because I live with my family still, but not a big deal.
Yeah. I am very lucky to have not lived with my family anymore. I love them to bits, but we would all kill each other if we still lived together. I have a 16-year-old brother who is just like the loudest human in the world. So like he gets to be loud and I get to be quiet, and that's lovely for me and lovely for him. But yeah. Just actually getting to the first page of this book so I can pick it up when we're ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna start the 10-minute timer right now. So
okay.
I'm gonna change that and go right ahead.
So reading for 10 minutes and then back to chatting. All right, cool.
We're back.
Yeah.
That person's got all my money in there.
Wow. So, you know how you were saying before about the kiss quotient and the parents being weird in the sense that they were like, go get a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Do the things. We want grandchildren. Yeah, I find that really icky. I've only read the first chapter, but I sat there and I was like, I don't like this. This is not fun to read about. So, yeah. And there's another, like, not very pleasant guy that she's just had a conversation with that I'm just basically like, oh, this is unpleasant, deeply unpleasant. So I'm hoping that it gets nicer. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Stella seems fine. I'm not exactly loving the way that the people around her are speaking to her. Yeah. God, people suck. Oh dear.
I know for Dear John, this is probably gonna be a little bit of a spoiler. But where I'm at, I'm almost done with the first chapter at this point. But the main character who's in the army actually he likes to read, and he actually mentioned Stephen King and like other maybe like other authors as well. I'm just like, oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. The best person to mention. Yeah. I don't know. I'm intrigued to see where this goes, but I'm hoping if it doesn't get better, then I'm going to be really sad because so many people have said this is such a good book. And if it's not, then I'm going to be really sad.
Yeah, I've ranted about that book so much on my channel that's not even funny at this point.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe a lot of the people that I've heard talk about it and say that it's really great haven't been autistic, so I'm like, maybe it doesn't feel the same way, or maybe it's that I don't really read romances very much, like straight type romance books. I just don't. Maybe that is why I'm not. Maybe this is a thing that happens in normal romance books, and it's just like a trope that like they have weird pushy parents.
Yeah,
not very nice people. I don't know.
It could just be the fact that it's also owned by his Vietnamese representation as well.
Yeah.
I of course I could be entirely wrong about that, but
yeah, it's not something I would culturally understand, I suppose.
Yeah.
Like, so that is interesting if that is a part of it.
That could have been the reason why I DNF'd it, because I didn't get 100 pages into it, and I'm just like, I'm done. I'm not dealing with this anymore. So,
well, we'll see. I'm sure I can. I don't know how far I'll get into it. I just got to a bit where we're talking from the guy main character's point of view, so it'll be interesting to see what he's like, because the whole first chapter was just her point of view, and she just had conversations with people I didn't like. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. How's Get a Life, Chloe Brown? Kiara? If you're still
yeah, where's the it depends what bit. I really liked that book. I thought it was really cute. There's a whole thing with it that I found really cute is I had the ebook for it, and the little breaks between all of the little, not chapter breaks, but like, you know, like the other little break things that they have. They were like little cat images, and I thought that was really cute. was like, instead of just like a star or like a wavy line or something, it was a little cat. I thought that was really cute. So that's one of my pervading images from reading that book. Even though the book was really great, I just remember the cats. Yeah. Oh, I feel like I've got something in my eye. I keep like, hang on, I'm just gonna just check. There's not actually something in my eye. Nope, I'm fine. I feel like when you get like a really like itchy eye, I don't know.
Yeah.
It must be my mascara or my hay fever or something. I'm just. Oh no, that'll be what it is. I haven't had a hay fever tablet today because I'm an idiot. Oh, give me 2 seconds. I'm just gonna go grab a hay fever tablet.
Take your time. It's all good. How's everybody's book so far?
Done. Hopefully that will help. At least stop me getting worse. See, but that's the worst thing about getting up is you have to get comfy again. I was like, I was comfy before, and now I'm like, rearrange the pillows, straighten out the blanket. So we need to do another 10-minute sprint.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it at like 10:30.
Yes, with the round numbers. I always think it's good to start on a 0 or a 5. I don't know what that is. I don't know why I always want to start on like either a quarter past, quarter to, or like a on the dot 10 minutes. I don't know. It's just easier that way, isn't it?
Yeah, I know I've done like 10-minute sprints in the past with Danny from Spin on Speaks. So yeah.
Yeah, good. Actually, just hoping for better. If this doesn't get better, I'm probably going to end up switching to the Greta Thunberg speeches book that I've got, because I feel like that's an audio book and I could listen to that and it'd be fine. If I don't end up enjoying this one, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, he's like, the guy was like, I only do this. I'll like teach you how to like do certain stuff like a certain amount of times. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, it's a little bit. Everyone says it's good for all of like that sort of thing, but I just find it a bit creepy. Like, I'm fine with people if they want to do that, that's fine. But like, I don't know, the dynamic just feels a bit creepy, and I'm not sure why. So I'll see how I feel. Just keep reading it. We'll see. Hopefully, it's not. Otherwise, I could join you in ranting about it if it continues like this.
Yeah, yeah. If some people enjoy it, great. If not, what else is new?
Yeah. I feel like I hyped it up in my head quite a lot as well, because I've heard so many people read it, and I'm just like, is the hype making me also doubt it a little bit more than I would, because I'm expecting it to be so good, and then I'm like, well, if it's not, then that's really sad. Oh wow.
I am gonna start another round of sprints.
Yeah, cool. I shall see you in 10 minutes.
Yep.
for the month, and we don't charge anything for the labor we do.
It ended.
Yeah. Okay, so how's your book going?
So far so good. It the main, I think, John, I think his name is, he actually saved probably like every stereotypical. I'm not sure if you've read anything from Nicholas Sparks, but it's like any stereotypical guy would be like, oh yeah, I have to save a female from being like sexually harassed, or I have to, or whatever.
That set up, yeah.
But in this case, it was actually, oh, I have to grab this woman's purse with like all of her stuff in it, like in the ocean.
Oh, okay.
So
sounds pretty interesting.
yeah,
I always wondered about the Nicholas Sparks books because I never read any of them. But there was a period of time where they all got made into movies, and there were loads of movies about his stuff.
It was between like 1999 and like the somewhere between like the somewhere throughout the 2000s and all, like 2000s and 2010s and all that. So
yeah, I never read any of them or watched any of them. Wait, was The Notebook one of his?
Yeah,
I did watch that once. Yeah. Well, I don't remember what I thought of it, to be honest. Obviously, it didn't stick with me. But I wonder if his writing is better.
Yeah.
Mine has progressed. They've actually met each other now, the guy and I. Okay, so they haven't done anything, but they've just met in the chapter that I just read. And yeah, I liked it better because they were just more normal. But I'll be really interested to see what happens next. I don't know. It might be icky. Who knows?
Yeah, it's just by how you sighed, it was just like, it sounded like, oh crap, what did I get myself into? But
I don't know. I feel like the impression I got from the first chapter has just like dampened the hype that I had for it. So I'm unsure of where I stand on it, because had it started with the second chapter, then I would have been in a more positive mood. And I just know that the issues from the first chapter are going to come back, and I'm going to be like, why are you here again? So I don't know. Not entirely sure where I stand with this book at the moment. And I think it's going to be like that for a little while. So I'm just going to have to keep reading and trying to figure it out.
right.
Hopefully it'll be good.
I know that like out of all the Nicholas Sparks that I've like completed, the one that I recommend them, or at least the two that I recommend the most, is The Best of Me and See Me.
Right, okay.
See Me is the most diverse from what I could tell. And then The Best of Me has some sort of paranormal aspect of it. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't realize he'd done any that were not just like contemporary romance sort of things.
It's very subtle.
Okay.
So.
But still there. Subtle, but still there.
Yeah, it's nowhere near as much as the Wake trilogy by Lisa McMahon, because that's the main character from that book is what is called a dream catcher, where she essentially goes into other people's dreams. Essentially,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, that's a minor spoiler, but I don't think some people do care. But I'm one of the people that's just like, yeah, whatever, who cares?
But I feel like that. I know that you could say that it's a spoiler, but I also feel like that's something that would make me pick a book up. Like hearing that was something that I was going to uncover in the book. Like I think sometimes when people don't say certain things like that, then it doesn't sell the book as well as it could do. Like it's not actually telling you what you're in for. Like I don't know. I like to know some things like that because that's makes me more eager to pick something up. So I don't know.
For the other viewers that are on the live stream, what do you guys think of the books that you're reading?
Yeah. Hopefully it's going better than mine is. Like, hopefully not just sat on the fence waiting for it to be good or not. I think that perhaps I'm being a little bit unfair to my book because I am only 20 pages into it. So it's not like I've gotten that far. I've just had opinions on what I have read so far.
I would wait to like the 75 page, 70 to 77, bleh, 70 to 75 page point, because that's where I just like, yeah, hell no, I'm done. But
no, I'm gonna have to get there tonight and be like what?
yeah,
We'll
like
see.
don't like no pressure, but that's just me personally. But yeah.
To be fair, it's a good job we're doing another stream tomorrow because then I can give you all my opinions when I've read further tonight.
Yeah.
I'd be like, did I like it? Did I carry on? Who knows?
Do I want to chuck the book out the window?
Well, yeah, to be fair, it was one that I was always going to buy physically, and then I didn't because I saw it was on Kindle Unlimited, and I was like, oh, well, I can just rent it. So at the moment, I'm rather glad that I didn't buy it because I'm not sure how I feel about it, / if I would ever reread it. So I'm like kind of glad that I made that decision to just go, oh, I'll just rent it first, then I can buy it later if it's really good.
Yeah.
Which probably won't happen now. Who knows?
Yeah. Of course, I don't want. Of course, if you enjoy it, when it gets to be like the 70 to 75 page point, good for you. It's just not my thing. But
yeah.
It could be the fact that I know that like a good chunk of it was the sexual aspect of it, but and the creepiness, as you were mentioning earlier, and like so.
Yeah, like I'm not a big fan of how much she just doesn't want to have sex, and then she's like, I need to have sex, but she doesn't want to have sex. So why don't have sex if you don't want to have sex? So like, just don't. Like, it's not that important. If you don't want it to be part of your life, you don't have to have it to be part of your life. I don't know. The only thing that I've super related to is the fact that she hates cologne, and I hate cologne. I used to like go near people who had cologne, and I was like, and I'm gonna be sick because of the smell of it. I just could not stand it. So,
right,
yeah, that's the only thing I've super related to so far. Yeah, who knows? Could be good, could be bad. Hopefully, more relatable things happen, but I'm not entirely sure they will. Oh dear.
Excuse me. I couldn't get like 100 pages into it. Like I don't know. I don't even know what happens at the end of the book. That's
oh no! I wanted it to be good. It'll be fine. I'll just keep reading, and then we will see what happens.
Yeah.
or if I get really grossed out at the sex scene that's about to happen. Oh dear.
Yeah, I am going to start our final sprint, and then who knows?
Yeah, cool.
We might be able to vent about that. About like, if you do end up going that far, we might be able to vent.
Okay, well, let's get reading then.
Yep. It just ended.
Oh, okay. So I got another chapter in, and they basically just spent the whole chapter kissing, and it was a bit weird. I don't hate it. I still just feel weird about the power dynamic thing. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Ooh. The whole, I know she's hired him to basically teach her to like be intimate in that way, but I don't know, it feels weird. So I don't know. It just feels odd. I don't know. Maybe it'll be fine. We'll
If
see.
I remember correctly, the main girl is just like, oh yeah, like I have to have things done in a certain way, and I think she does advocate for that, like some sort of routine esque um format. So yeah.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. I could see that. Yeah, that happening. Like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm just going to end up having to read some more of it to find out. It's not. I was expecting more to happen in that chapter than did happen, and it just didn't. But maybe that's a hangover from all of the like books that I have read previously, which are just about, well, they're supposed to be like sexy romance type things, and they're just like bang, get to it, and it's like, whoa, calm down, slow down a bit. So maybe that's why I thought more was going to happen then, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I honestly, I just, yeah, yeah. I've been repeating the whole feelings about the whole time, but what can you do?
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, I'll see how it is, and then I might pick up a different book for tomorrow, because I feel like I felt a little bit awkward. Like, I'm kind of glad they didn't, like, it wasn't a full-on sex scene then, because I'm like, I'm just reading the smut on a stream, and it just feels weird. So yeah, I might go for a non-smutty book tomorrow. I think might be a better choice.
Yeah, Queens of Geek is nowhere near as bad as that, but especially saying like a young. I know it's a young adult, but still, it's like, I think it's like in the middle of like young adult and like new adult, because like now that I'm thinking about it, it's like in between, because it's like high school, because the three main characters are like graduating from
Right.
high school in Australia, and then like they're about to start college, like
Right.
So
it's that kind of age where it's like they're not high schoolers technically, because they're graduating. Well, they are high school, but you know, it's not too young.
Right.
Yeah, that is always the thing I always worry about with YA is it going to be a YA that I still appreciate, or is it going to be a YA that I'm like, oh, I'm a little bit past this age range kind of thing. It's very iffy nowadays. I'm too old. I'm an old lady.
Yeah, I know for me personally, I don't mind reading it young adult, as long as it's not like as long as it's not like, oh yeah, we're gonna have stalkers and sexual like, not like as long as it's not like a big, it's not like as long as it's not like a huge theme in it within the book, it's fine.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I don't know. I think I tend to find that if I'm going to read a YA book, then it's better when it's either fantasy or sci-fi for me. Like, if it's a contemporary YA book, I struggle to connect with the characters more than I would. That's when I tend to have the biggest disconnect. So, like, unless I can find something very relatable, like Eliza and Her Monsters, that one is contemporary, but I really related to the anxiety representation in that, and there were like a lot of things that I could really feel close to. So I was like, oh, this is fine, even though it's YA. But there are some that I just don't feel like I would ever be able to read and sort of enjoy, I guess. I never really went on, is it John Green? Yeah, I never really read any of those. I did The Fault in Our Stars, and that's the only one I ever actually got to, because it wasn't really my sort of thing.
I know the only 2 books that I read was The Fault in Our Stars, because it was like a required reading in the U.S. where I live, and then I think it was like high school level at the time, and then an English teacher actually read like Looking for Alaska, if I remember correctly. So
Right.
yeah. I will be right back.
Yeah, okay, sure. I will be here. Just realizing that I only made it to page 31. I don't know if anybody is actually watching. If you guys are there, then let me know what you're reading. Like, maybe you got further into your books than I did, because I did not get very far into mine and still had so much to say about it, surprisingly. Okay. Yeah, just writing down the TBR that I've got, because I realized that I didn't actually write all of the books combined that I wanted to read this month down. But I was like, I'm going to end up missing something, and I don't want to miss anything. I'm just writing that down.
Yeah, I know for me, it's whenever I said my TBR plus plus On the Edge of Gone and Dear John, whatever I say in my TBR is what I'm reading. So
yeah, my problem is that I'm taking part in this readathon, and then I've got another readathon that happens in the middle of the month, and I'm also doing 2 buddy reads that aren't associated with any readathon. So I'm like, oh, I'm not actively putting a TBR for all of these things on the internet, but I'm like, what if I forget something, and then it ends up being one that I really want to read? So I'm just making myself a nice little list, because it helps me actually remember what it is that I'm doing.
yeah,
Very careful.
yeah. I think our hour ended 10 minutes ago, but
Oh wow.
yeah, yeah. I think it's like mainly like hour increments for the disability readathon, but for those who were able to come, thank you. You'll see us tomorrow. And after we're done with both our reading sprints, I believe the next one is going to be on the 8th, if I remember Aaron correctly. Tell me last night. Just let me double check with that.
next Thursday.
Yes, April 8th. Yes, Thursday, April 8th at 2:30 p.m. EST. So, from it's gonna be with Olivia Savannah from Olivia's Catastrophe. So
Cool. Cool. Good time.
So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I am definitely just gonna continue reading this for a little bit. Might go and sit out in the garden and hope I don't get too hay fevery. But yeah, thanks for having me. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with me for an hour.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to tomorrow, and I will see you then, I suppose.
Yeah. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Bye.